Hello, lovely souls, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lisa Burfitt, and this channel is Words of Wisdom for the Modern Age. And as usual, we're going to do a deep dive into some of the words of wisdom from my book. And the first thing we're going to do is to welcome in the guides so that we can get any spiritual messages that want to come through. And the way I like to start is with my beautiful pure white singing bowl. So let's see how the singing bowl wants to sing to us today. Feel the pure vibration resonate deep in your bodies, deep in your mind, deep into your soul. And as the last tones, the vibrations start to diminish, just be aware of how revitalized, refreshed, restored tones make you feel. I can see a beautiful energy emanating from the singing bowl. Okay, as we call in our guides of 100% pure light. So let's see which poem wants a deep dive today. Give me the perfect poem for the perfect reading to help people today. Okay, so today's poem is Roses, and it's on page 11 of Words of Wisdom for the Modern Age. And I will put the link and all the details how to get hold of this beautiful book. Roses arrive with their petals open, their buds alive, clear of any wounding, and thus they thrive. Then the sun scorches their petals so fine, and they darken and fall. They have had their time. Or they may linger a while, hope to heal in the sun, knowing that their bringer of light work has only just begun. A new bud appears, 100 you see, amid their vivid brightness, lucidity. Their petals then fade, they too are gone, and the season has changed. Winter has come and gone, and still the rosebush carries on, with the whisper of heaven now a mere breath away. They come and rip up the rosebush, it doth swing and sway. The chop of the axe, the branches doth fall, and if you so careful to see, life's sparkling soul elevate to the sky. Forgiveness is given as they know not what they do, and life once more is birthed anew. So yeah, so as I said, that's on page 11 and it's called Roses. Now, with what I'm realizing about my poetry is it's a lot deeper and has a lot more little threads of wisdom than you appreciate at first glance. So let us see what cards want to come through today. And the two decks I've chosen are the Keepers of the Light by the wonderful Kyle Gray. Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. And as usual, my favourite cards, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. So let's see if we get any deeper insights into that poetry. So remember, it's called Roses, Roses, Roses. Is there anything Spirit wants to impart? Is there anything Spirit wants to elaborate on? Is there any more wisdom that wishes to come through? So the first card we've got is Base Chakra. Now, if you know about the chakras, you will know that the base chakra is our survival. It's our base instincts. What do we need in order to survive? Okay, so that's the basic stuff. We need support. We need love. We need food. And we need some way to pay for things. We need a shelter. We need a house. So it's all the base stuff that we need. And if you look at this card, it's turned upside down. So that indicates to me that we are not getting all we need in some way. Okay, we've also got the card Master. Again, upside down. What are we not able to master? What energy is being trapped in our hearts? Where does the wounding lie? Oh dear. And we've got Trust. Again, upside down. Where are we not trusting? Where are we not following our heart? If you look at the Master card, it's like the heart is trapped. And the heart is trapped by all its wounding. By all its wounding. Let's just have one more on this deck. And another one that's upside down, refusing to see. What are we not seeing? What are we not looking at? Where are we turning our face away? Okay, so we're going to have a look at Keepers of the Light Oracle cards now and see what messages this deck has to offer with regard to the poetry called Roses. And we've got the Joao called. That's how you pronounce him. Not sure. Okay. See if there's anybody else offering any wisdom this time. Commander Ashtar, the galactic being, call to action. And we've got faith. Okay, so let's just have another quick look at the poem. So if you remember, it was called Roses and it was on page 11. So it says, roses arrive with their petals open, their buds alive. They trusted. They were in trust. But the whisper of heaven now a mere breath away. They come and rip up the rose bush. It doth swing and sway. The chop of the axe, the branches doth fall. Trust betrayed. Somebody mastered, somebody manipulated, somebody controlled the rose bush. Tried to trap the heart. But they don't have any of the base stuff to work on. Roses arrive with their petals open, their buds alive, clear of any wounding, and thus they thrive. So everything is there for them. They have no need to work on their base chakra stuff until the sun scorches their petals so fine and they darken and fall. See how dark this picture is as well. The roses darken and fall. They have had their time. But let me just do a little bit of reading onto Dizrael Call. It says, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. So, let's just have a little look. Dizrael Call. It tells you how to pronounce it. That's useful. Dwal Kul. He's a Tibetan Buddhist master. And he has learned the importance of spiritual practice and discipline, and knows that the path we are on unfolds over time. He reminds you that your path is unfolding as it should. Take one step at a time. Remember that your only spiritual function is to be happy. You are a powerful person with many lessons under your belt and a real capacity to share your wisdom with the world. Take the time to go over what you have learned recently. Recognize the strengths it has brought you and acknowledge where you have been courageous. He will help your journey unfold like a beautiful lotus flower, one petal at a time. So to me, if you look at the poem Roses, and you see the last, find it again. The last bit says, and if you so careful to see life's sparkling soul elevate to the sky, forgiveness is given, as they know not what they do, and life once more is birthed anew. So it's like we're on a path, and even though they mastered the rose, they betrayed the trust of the rose, they refused to see the rose's beauty. Ultimately, the soul elevates to the sky, forgiveness is given, and life is birthed once more. So it's about the cycle of life. It's saying take it one step at a time. Everything unfolds in its own time. Everything happens in its own way. Let us look now at Commander Ashtar. He is a multi-dimensional being who promotes truth, peace and harmony between the planets. He is said to be an extraterrestrial, but appears in human form so that he can communicate at heart level with all those on earth who call on him. He is part of the Great White Brotherhood, a congregation of light beings who work to bring healing to the world, and is a wonderful guide to those who are feeling the call to bring positivity, healing and inspiration to those around them. He lifts up the hearts of leaders and inspires them to walk their path with complete integrity. And it says you are receiving a call to action and being asked to step up and create the changes you want to see in the world. Divine inspiration of the roses is all around you. And Ashtar and his legion of cosmic angels are standing by to offer you loving support. The rose actually is about the different aspects of love depending on the different colours. Know that you are being encouraged to be honest, assertive and true in a loving way. You may feel your ego trying to hold you back, but know that when you take the first step, the next one will soon follow. Take some time to connect with the universe by looking up at the stars, knowing that there are loving beings of light gazing back down on you. You are not alone. So I'm just thinking how this relates to the poetry. Yeah, so knowing that their bringer of light work has only just begun. So the roses come with a message of beauty, a message of purity, sacredness. As I said previously, each rose is an aspect of love. So we've got the purity of love in the white rose. We've got the unconditional love in the pink rose. We've got the abundance of love in the yellow rose. And we've got the passion of love in the red rose. Okay, and the last card we have is faith, humanity and benevolence. So again, I'll read the meaning behind faith. But to me, it's about knowing that everything will be okay. That even though the rose bush was cut down through lack of understanding, the rose's soul rose to the sky in the end. Have faith. Have faith that everything will be okay. Have faith that the transitions and the changes that are happening in our world are happening for a reason. There is a divine purpose to it all. And have faith that all will be well. She reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and that if we begin to see the good in others, then we will start to cultivate a loving experience of the world around us. Stay calm and breathe. You are a divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be going through personal transformations, what I said earlier, and feel that you're not getting anywhere. But Archangel Faith is drawing close to guide you beyond the limitations that your ego or fears have created for you. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself. I'm going to repeat that. First, trust yourself. First, trust yourself. And remember, the trust comes from the heart. Trust the heart. The head can be manipulated. The head can be conditioned. The heart can't. Trust your heart. Follow your guidance. When you do this and recognize that you are made of love, you will attract those who reflect that love and can enjoy true friendships and loving relationships. Know that good is here to stay. So that's quite a nice and the other card I've just looked at the bottom of the deck is Odin. Psychic insight. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Your intuition is seated in the heart as well as the third eye, but as I said before, it really is where the truth of your being is. The truth of your beingness. Follow the heart path. Follow the way of love. And you can't go wrong. In every moment, what feels loving to you? What feels that it's coming from a heart place, not a head place? What is a love place and not an ego place? Okay, so I hope you've discovered some insights and some things certainly to think about during our changing world. And I'm just going to thank the guides in my normal way with my singing bowl. thank any messages. I will put a link to all the cards below, a link to where you can find the book. And I do offer signed books, so just let me know if you're interested in receiving a signed book. Just bask in the energy of the sound. Let it hold you in an embrace of love. Let it heal some of the wounds of the heart. Breathe it in, dear soul. Remember the truth seated in the heart. That is where true power, that is where true love, that is where the key to great remembering lies. So from my heart to your heart, Namaste.